right, feeling like Grandpa Reynolds here, Dr. Reynolds, going into the book, going into the good word, How to Create a Spectacular Life, Living Every Minute by Dr. Reynolds. Listen, chapter 6 is called The 5 Things That Make All the Difference. The quote at the beginning of the chapter is, "To grow, a lobster must shed its shell numerous times. Each shedding renders the creature totally defenseless until the new shell forms. Vulnerability is often the price of growth." There's only 5 things that are going to make the difference between who you are today and who you will be 5 years from now. You might want to remember these 5 things. 1, the decisions you make. Power is not necessarily in the circumstance in which you find yourself, but in the decisions in which you make in those circumstances. What are you going to do about it? You is where you is. How you got here doesn't matter. What are you going to do about it? The decisions you make will make all the difference between where you are today and where you'll be 5 years from now. The second thing, the learning you do. Watch how all of these are in your circle of control. What learning you do is completely up to you. What books are you going to go buy? What audios are you going to listen to? What conferences are you going to go to? That's completely up to you. What time you get up in the morning, how late you stay up at night, reading, learning, and making yourself better is 100% on you, and that will make all the difference between who you are now and who you are in the future. And listen to me. I don't care if you graduated from high school or college or you have your doctorate. If you stop learning, you stop leading. The biggest mistake people get to is they get a degree and think, oh, now I'm done with school. No, that's when it starts. That's when the learning actually begins. The third thing is the people you associate with. You got to let the dead bodies go. You cannot associate with people who are going to take down who you are, who your character is, not help you towards your goals, not make you better than you were. You need to find a group of people who strives to make you, help you be better than you currently are. Number 4, the goals you set. What goals do you have over the next 5 years? How are you going to get from here to there? And what does that path look like? And the clearer you can make that path, the more likely it is that you'll accomplish it. You want a new car? What color? What kind? What does it look like? What does it smell like inside? Make that goal as clear as you possibly can, because your mind doesn't know the difference between fantasy and reality. And the more you can embed and embed that thought into your mind over and over and over again, the more likely you are to accomplish that goal. And finally, number 5, the habits you form. And so once you have those goals, you have those people in place, and you've made those decisions, all of this starts to be forming habits, because our whole life is about habits. Now imagine you said, you know what, I'm going to read 10 pages every day. 10 pages is not a lot, but 10 pages is 3,650 pages a year. That's 20 books. Imagine if you had 20 books on a subject for the next 5 years, you're the world's expert in that subject. 10 pages. And you form the habit. Every day I form a habit. I make a 100% decision, and I form a habit that I'm going to read 10 pages on this subject every day for the next 5 years. In 5 years, you have no choice to become an expert in that subject. You will be the expert. You'll be the person everybody goes to and asks questions. And guess what? 10 will turn into 20, because that's just the nature of the beast. And so you've got to know that the 5 things that are going to make the difference between now and 5 years from now are the decisions you make, the learning that you do, the people you associate with, the goals you set, and the habits you form. So go out there and start conquering. Get your book, follow it, get the workbook, and do what it says. Thanks.